Yo, what's up? Today we're learning Daf Nun Tes, Masechta Berachos, final parak, Parak Shi. Let's get started. Yeah, I must admit today there's going to be stuff I don't understand. I don't know. It's talking about constellations and stuff. I'm no expert on that. You know, all those, what's it called? Your signs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't really get that stuff. But there's going to be some interesting things, different brachas you can make. So let's do it. So we still have actually a whole bunch to do on Nun Ches Amud Beis. So we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4 on Nun Ches Amud Beis. We're going to start 5 lines before it gets really wide. Ala Zikin. So what are Zikin? Well, that's what the Gemara wants to know. My Zikin, what are Zikin? Amar Shmuel Kochva D'Shavit. So Shmuel says it's a so I don't know, from Rashi it sounds like it's like a shooting star or something, but I don't really know what a shooting star is. And the Safari defined it as a comet, a comet. C-O-M-E-T. Ve'amar Shmuel, Nehirin li shvile d'shmaya k'shvile d'narda. That's cool. So Shmuel says that the roads, the paths of the heavens are as clear to him in his mind as the roads of the place where the city where he lived, Narda. Levar mikochva d'shavat. The exception being this comet. Delo yadayna ma'iniu. I don't know what it is. Ugmir delo avar kisla v'avar kisla chariv alma. And we learned that it doesn't pass something that's called Orion. And if it does pass Orion, then the world will be destroyed. Yeah, but we see that sometimes the comet does pass Orion. So Zive hu de avar umischaze de avar ihu. No, so really what happens is the radiance of this comet is what passes Orion, but not it itself. Rav Huna ber Rav Yeshua amar vilon hu de makra Galgal umechze nehora d'irkia. Okay, there's some kind of screen, I guess, that tears through the firmament, and then you could see the light coming from the firmament or from the sky or something. Rav Ashi amar kochva hu de'akra me'agisa the kisla. So Rav Ashi says that it's like a star that uproots itself from one side of Orion. V'chazile chavre mehach gisa umibayis umechze kman de'avar. And then you can see. Like this one kind of goes away from this side of Orion, and I guess that makes visible this other star on the other side of Orion, and it looks like this comet passes Orion, but really it doesn't. Maybe if somebody knows about this stuff, maybe if somebody knows about astrology, first of all, that would be really cool, and maybe you can explain to us this Gemara, because I'm not doing a good job. Sorry, friends. Shmuel asked the question. Ksiv ose ash ksil v'chima. So Pasuk in Iyov says that the Eibishter makes ash, ksil, and chima. There are 3 kinds of constellations or something like that. Uchsiv, and it says ose kima v'chsil. But another pasuk says that he makes kima and chsil. So the problem is that in the first pasuk it says ksil v'chima, and the second pasuk it says kima v'chsil. How come it switched? So okay, it said ilmale chama shel ksil lo niskayim olam. So we say that if we didn't have the heat coming from ksil, so then the world would not exist. Mipnei tzina shel kima, due to the fact that there's a lot of cold coming from kima. Vilmale tzina shel kina lo niskayim olam mipnei chama shel ksil. If not for the cold temperatures coming from kima, the world would not be able to exist because it would be too hot from the temperatures of ksil. Maybe that's what we need. We need to somehow, maybe that's the solution for global warming, is that we somehow, trigger the coldness from ksil to counteract the heat the coldness from kima maybe will counteract the heat coming from ksil, or something like that. Maybe Babylon Talmud will save the world. That would be pretty cool, right? I think it would be. Ugmire ilav uksa de akrava de manach benar dinor. If we didn't have the tail of Scorpio or something that is in the river of Dinor, koman de hava trika le akrava lo hava chaye. So anybody who would get bit by a scorpion wouldn't be able to live. All right. And this is what the Eibishter said to Iyov: Haskashem adanos kima o moshos ksil tifatach. Should I tie up the knots of kima, i.e., and hold in all of the heat, or moshchos ksil tfateach, or should I, kima was the cold. So if I would tie up the knots of kima and hold in all the cold, or should I undo the knots of ksil and let out all the heat? Okay. My kima, what is kima? Amar Shmuel k'mea kochve. It's like 100 stars. Amrila demachnefe v'amrila demavadron. Okay, some say it's like 100 stars that are really close to each other, and some say it's 100 stars that are like far away and spread out. My ush, Amar Yehuda yota. My yota. Amrila zanav tale. It is so ash is yota, which is the tail of the Aries, the sheep, or the ram, I guess. V'amrila reisha de egla. Those say it's the head of the Taurus, which is the bull. Umustaver command Amr zinav tale, but it makes more sense to be like the one who says that it's the tail of Aries. Dichsiv ve'ayish al banei atanchem, that Ayish, that you will console Ayish with its children. Alma chasera umischazia kitarfa detarif, and therefore that means that clearly we're talking about something that is lacking, and it looks like it was like cut off or something, removed somehow, and that I guess would be the tail of Aries, of the ram. And that which apparently I guess the tail of Aries is going after like maybe Kima or Kisla or something like that. It's because it's saying, I want my kids back. What does that mean? Because when the Eibishter wanted to bring a flood to the world, I guess with Noach, Natal Shnei Kochav Mikima, so he took two, so he took 2 stars from Kima, Be'evi Mabul Olam, and by removing 2 stars from Kima, that brought a flood to the world. And then when he wanted to get back, when he wanted to stop the flood, so Natal Shnei Kochav Me'ayish V'satma. So he took 2 stars away from Ayish and replaced the 2 stars that he took from Kima. And therefore Ayish is always looking to get those 2 stars back. Why doesn't the Eibishter just give back the 2 stars that he took from Ayish? Why doesn't he just give it back to Ayish? So also because a pit cannot be filled up with the what you removed from it. Right? If you need to fill up a pit and you just say, I'll take out stuff from it and put it back in, you're not really going to fill up the pit. So I guess that Ayish needs more than just these 2 stars, and putting back the 2 stars isn't going to fill it up or something. Inami, or else in kategonas senegor, the prosecutor can't become the defendant. So if you had these 2 stars that the Eibishter used to like destroy the world, we don't want to replace them with those. We want new ones or something. So why doesn't the Eibishter just create 2 new stars and give them to Ayish? So there's nothing new. So God can't just create new stars. So Amr of Nachman but in the future, Rav Nachman says that in the future the Eibishter is actually going to give them back to Ayish, as it says that Ayish will be consoled with its children. Again, if anybody knows this stuff, please share it with us. Or maybe Adam Friedman will post some kind of a photo from the Koran or something. Valazvaos, my zvaos. Amrav Katina Goa. So what is Vos? Earthquakes. On earthquakes, you say, Shikochu Gvuros Amali Olam. Rav Katina Havakazal Orchos. Rav Katina was traveling. Kimata Pischa Deve Ovatamya, when he passed by the doorway of a certain witch dude who makes bones speak. So Ganach Goha, sure enough, there was a earthquake at that time. Amar Miyada Obatamya Haigoa Mau. So then I guess Rav Katina was thinking aloud, and he said, does this witch guy know what causes earthquakes? So Ramalei Kala, and sure enough, Rav Katina heard a voice coming from this witch man, and Katina, and he said, Katina, Amai lo yadaina. Why wouldn't I know what causes earthquakes? B'shasha Kadosh Baruch Hu zocher es banav sheshruim b'tzar bein umas ha'olam. When the Eibishter remembers that his children are living in pain right now among the nations of the world, morid shtei dmaos liyam hagadol. So he cries 2 tears into the great sea. Again, maybe that's the Mediterranean. V'kolam nishma misof olam vad sofo, and its voice and its sound sort of reverberates from one end of the world to the other. V'hainu goa, and that is what an earthquake is. Amr of Katina, Zak of Katina, Ova Tamya Kediv hu. This witch man is a liar. Umile Kedivin, and his words are lies. Ihachi goa goa mibaile. If it was true that there were 2 tears that were causing the earthquake, then there should be 2 earthquakes. Vilohi. It's not what Rav Katina is saying is not really true. The witch man was not lying. Goa of it actually does create 2 earthquakes. V'hai delo odile ki echi delo litai kuli ama basrei. The only reason why Rav Katina didn't admit that the witch man was right was because he didn't want people to be inspired to follow Mr. Witchman, because we don't want to encourage that behavior. Rav Katina Didei Amar Sofek Kapav. Rav Katina gave his own perspective on what causes earthquakes. He says it's the Eibishter clapping his hands. Shenemar, as it says, V'gam ani akech hapi al kapi v'anichosi chamasi. It says, and I will also hit one palm against the other, and my anger will relent. Rabbi Nosson Omer, Ancha misanach. Okay, Rabbi Nosson said it's the Eibishter krechting. That's what an earthquake is. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Vanichosi chamasi bam I forgot how to pronounce this word. V'hine chamti what's this part? V'hine chamti. Yeah, that I will, I guess, release my anger, and I guess gives a krechts, and then I will be consoled. So that's what an earthquake is. Rabbanan Amri Boyd Barakia, the Rabbanan said it's I guess the Eibishter kicking the heavens. Shenemar Heidad Kedorchim Yaine Al Kol Yoshvei Haaretz, as the pasuk in Yirmiyah says that he will yell Heidad, like those who are trampling on grapes in a wine press. So it's like he's trampling on the world. That is what an earthquake is. Ravacha bar Yankiv Amar Dochek es raglav tachas kisei kavod. It's when he is kicking his legs under his chair of honor. Shenemar, as it says, Ko Amar Hashem, so said God, Hashemayim kisi v'aretz hadom raglai. The heavens are my chair, my throne, and the land, the earth, is my footstool. So I guess when he kicks his legs under his chair, that is when earthquakes come. Okay? But practically speaking, I guess the only stuff that really is practical there is that I guess you would say the bracha of shekocho gvuros u'malei olam if you hear an earthquake, or if you experience an earthquake. Vala re'emim, my re'emim, what are re'emim? Amar Shmuel anani bigalgala. So re'emim is thunder. What causes thunder? It's when you have clouds in the heaven and they bump into each other and rub against each other. That's what causes thunder. Shnemar koramcha bagalgal. You have the whole sound of your thunder in the heavens. Heyu v'rakim tevel, and the lightning lit up the land. Rugza vatira sharetz. You got angry and the land got noisy, I guess, or shook, or whatever it is. The Rabbanan said what causes thunder is you have clouds pouring water into each other. To the sound of him placing much water in the heavens. Barka takifa devarak ba'anana umat bar gzize debarda. It is lightning that is striking in clouds and breaking hail. Okay? Rav Ashi Amar Anoni Chalchule Mechalche. Rav Ashi says, well, the clouds are hollow. Vasi Zika Umenashev Apumayu, and then a wind comes and blows on these hollow clouds, v'dami kazika al pumdane, and it's similar to like when wind blows on an empty barrel. Umistavra kirav acha bar Yankiv. It makes sense to be like Rav Acha bar Yankiv, that it's talking about when that thunder is caused by lightning striking clouds and breaking hail. Divarik barka, because what happens is that lightning comes, uminame anane, and then you hear thunder, vasi mitra, and then it rains. So it must be that it is the lightning striking the clouds, breaking up the hail, causing rain to fall. Vala ruchis, and on winds, my ruchis, amar Abaye zaipa. So Abaye says it's zaipa, and zaipa is gale force winds. Do you get that? Gale force winds. I didn't Google it. If you Google it, and it's something interesting, maybe share it. If you want. Ve'amar Abaye, Gemir de zaipa belelia lo have. Abaye says that we learn that there's no zaipas at night. V'haka chazina de have. But we do see that there are zaipas at night. Hahu de aschule biyamama. No, those started during the day. Ve'amar Abaye, Gemire de zaipa tarte shai lo kai. Okay, and Abaye says that you never have zaipas for 2 hours straight. Like, you never have, I guess, gale force winds for 2 hours straight. L'kayim mashenemar, maybe that's like a typhoon or something like that. Is that what a typhoon is, like when it's very windy? L'kayim mashenemar, to L'kayim what the pasuk says, lo sakum pa'amayim tzara, you won't have twice a tzara, so twice being like 2 hours, I guess. V'aka chazinan dekai. But we do see that there are zaipas, that there are gale force winds for 2 hours. So the mafsik beni oveni. No, it's not 2 hours straight. There's like little breaks. You didn't realize, but if you were paying attention, you realized there were little breaks. Okay. Vala brakim. And on lightning. Okay. Omer baruch kocho gvros maliolam. So on lightning you say, blessed is God whose strength and might fills the world. My brakim, what are these brakim? Amarava barka. Rava says brakim is barka. Great. It's lightning. Ve'amar Rava, barka yichida'a, if you have a singular lightning, uvarka chivara, or if you have a white lightning, uvarka yiruksa, if you have a green lightning, ba'anoni desalkim b'karen maravas va'asyan mikaren dromis, clouds that go up go up in the west corner and come in the south. Vitarte anone desalkun chada la'ape chaverta, or if you have two clouds that are going one towards the other, kulhu kashan, they're all bad signs. L'may nafkamine, l'mibai rachme. The nafkamine is that if you see them, you should pray. V'ane mile belelia, but this is only at night. Aval b'tzafra leizbu mashasha. But if it's in the morning, don't worry about these different signs. Amar b'shmuel bar Yitzchak hane anone de tzafra leizbu mashasha. Rabbi Shmuel bar Yitzchak says, in general, clouds in the morning don't mean anything, have no, implications or anything. It says in the pasuk in Hosea, he's giving the people a rebuke, and he's saying that your kindness that you do is only like morning clouds, right? Meaning they're empty, right? Morning clouds don't necessarily indicate rain. Also, the kindness that you do is shallow. You don't really mean it. Amar papala abai ha amar inche kad maftach bave mitra bar chamra moch sakich ugni. But one second, Rapapa said abai, but isn't there a saying that if the the donkey driver opens his door in the morning and he sees that it's raining, he may as well just pack up his stuff and go back to sleep because I guess it's going to be raining the entire day. Rashi said, and therefore the grain is going to be cheap. I don't understand why it raining today would make the grain cheap. If anything, maybe it would make it more expensive if he was delivering it because it's inconvenient for other people to get it, so he can provide that service. Or, I don't know, maybe if it's like raining, then that means that there's going to be a lot of it, and therefore when there's plenty, so then the prices go down. But wouldn't that be more of like an entire rainy season? I don't know. Like why because it's raining this one day would the prices be cheaper? I don't know. I just kind of figured it's like, I don't know, if he wakes up and it's rainy, may as well just go back to sleep because it's going to be a miserable day to be driving around your donkey and selling stuff. But then again, I don't know, maybe just because it's raining isn't necessarily a reason not to work. I don't know. I can't say I understand this 100%. Depends. If it's thick clouds in the morning, so then actually it means rain. But if it's just like thinner clouds, so then it doesn't really mean anything. Amar Alexandria, Amar Yeshua ben Levi, lo nivru re'emim, ella lifshot akmumis shevalev. Oh, the only reason why there's thunder is in order to straighten out the crooked things in our heart. Shnamar ve'elokim asa shiur milafanav, that the Eibishter did, so that you will fear him. Amar Alexandria, Amar Yeshua ben Levi, aroyas hakeshes va'anon. Somebody who sees a rainbow, tzarich sheipol al panav, he has to fall on his face. Shnamar kimari hakeshes asher yeh ba'anon v'gomer. It says in the pasuk in Yechezkel that it was like the vision of a rainbow in a cloud. And I saw it and I fell on my face. So therefore, Alexandria says in the Rabbi Shua ben Levi that if you see a rainbow, you should bow down. However, in Eretz Yisrael, they would curse people who would bow down when they saw rainbows, because it looks like they're bowing down to a rainbow. However, you do certainly make a bracha on a rainbow. What bracha do you make? Blessed is God who remembers the covenant that he made with Noah, that he wouldn't destroy the world with a flood. We learn in a brayso, Rabbi Yishmael ben Osher, Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka Omer, Ne'eman bebriso v'kayim b'ma'amaro. God who is believed in his covenant and establishes his word. Amar Papa Hilkach Nemimenu the Tarvayu. Therefore, we say both of them together. Baruch Zocher Bris v'Ne'eman bebriso v'kayim b'ma'amaro. And I believe that is the gears of the bracha that we say. Okay, gishmaka stuff. So on mountains and on hills, we say Baruch Osa Maisa Berachos. So Atukolani Da'amar Narhash Lav Maisa Berachos. No, 1 second. We're saying on mountains and on hills, we say Osa Maisa Berachos. Does that imply that, like, lightning and thunder, those things are not creations of Berachos? V'aksiv Brakan Lamator Asa. That God, God made lightning for rain. So why wouldn't you say Osa Maisa Berachos on lightning? Why are we only saying Shekochu Gvrosim Aliolam? So Rabbi Krochutni. So Rabbi says, no, teach them all together. That basically on all of these things, you say not just, either Osa Maisa Berachos or Shekochu Gvrosim Aliolam, but on all of these things that are listed here, we say both Osa Maisa Berachos and Shekochu Gvrosim Aliolam. Rava Amar, Hasam mivarich taite baruch shekochel gvros maleolam ve'osa ma'aseh berachos hacha osa ma'aseh berachos ika shekochel maleolam leka. So Rava's opinion is that no, actually on the first ones, right, on thunder and lightning, you say both brachos of osa ma'aseh berachos and shekochel gvros maleolam. And I think lemaaseh on thunder we do shekochel gvros maleolam, and on lightning we do osa ma'aseh berachos. However, when it comes to hills and mountains, you can't say shekochel gvros maleolam because they're in specific places. They're not everywhere. So therefore, you would only say Osa Maisa Berachos, but not Shekochel Gvrosim Maleolam. Amar B'Shua ben Levi, Zok Tehelik or B'Shua ben Levi, Haror Rakia B'Tairasa. Somebody who sees the heavens when they are pure, Omer Baruch Osa Berachos. Probably Osa Maisa Berachos. What's that Gimel Darin? Osa Maisa Berachos. Fine. Masai, when is the heaven pure? Amar Abai Ki Asa Mitra Kule Lelio V'Tzafra Asa Astano Megalyalu L'Shmaya. Period. So Abai says when it rains all night, and then in the morning there's a northern wind, and the northern wind blows away all the clouds, that is when the heavens are pure. And this Lamaisa argues on Rafim Bar Papa, Amar Rav Chizda, the Amar Rafim Bar Papa, Amar Rav Chizda, Yom Shachar Beis Hamikdash Lo Nires Rakia B'Tairasa. Right, from the time that the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, the heavens were never seen in their purity. Shneimar Abish Shamayim Kidros or Kadrus? Albis Shamayim Kadrus Visak Asim Ksusam. I will clothe the heavens in black and I will make their clothing sackcloth. So, according to Rafim Bar Papa in the name of Rav Chizda, so the heavens have not been pure since the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. However, according to Abai, if it rains all night, then a northern wind comes and clears away the clouds, that will be a pure sky. Taner Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Hara Chama Biskufasa. If somebody sees the sun in the same place where it was when the world was created, so Levanim B'Gvurasa, if you see the moon in its strength, V'Kochavim B'Msilosam, the stars in their path, Mazalos Kisidron, and the constellations in their orders, Omer Baruch Osa Berachos. Mistama osa ma'aseh Berachos. Yeah. Okay. Ve'emas have. When is the sun considered in the same way that it was when the world was created? Amar Abai kol chavches shnin. Every 28 years, dikahadar machzor v'nafla tkufas nisan b'shabtai. Okay, when the machzor, the cycle starts over again, and tkufas nisan is in Shabtai. I'm not sure what Shabtai is. Ba'orta d'tlas nagi arba, on the night between the Tuesday and Wednesday, because basically, I guess the stars and all that stuff was created like on Wednesday. I guess I got to brush up on that stuff. But anyways, I've had to brush up on that stuff for the last 32 years, and I haven't. Maybe now would be a good time, but we'll see. But in any event, basically every 28 years, the sun is back in the same place where it was when the world was created. So when that happens, you make a bracha of osa ma'aseh Berachos. It happened a few years ago. Well, like 10 years ago. I guess it's not so recently anymore. Because like 10 years ago, it was almost like halfway through the cycle again. But Rabbi Yehuda Omer Zak Rabbi Yehuda Arua Ayam V'Gomer, somebody who sees the Great Sea, which I think might be the Mediterranean. So he would say, what was the bracha? He who created the Great Sea or something like that. So, Baruch She'asa Hayam Hagadol. And he says, B'zman She'reu Prakim, only if he sees it from time to time. So, L'frakim ad kama, what's considered from time to time? Rami bar Abba, Amar Yitzchak ad shloshim yom, up to 30 days. So, if you see the Mediterranean, I guess, after 30 days, so say this bracha of She'asa Hayam Hagadol. Ve'amar Rami bar Abba, Amar Yitzchak Hara Pras Agishra de Bavel. If you say the Euphrates by the bridge of Bavel, so Omer Baruch Osa Berachos. Va'idna, nowadays the Shanuya Parsai, but nowadays that the Persians have changed the flow of the Euphrates, so mi Bei Shabor, so then you would make this bracha from Bei Shabor, because that's I guess, further upstream, and that would still be considered the way it was when the world was created. Mi Bei Shabor or the El, fine. And more upstream than that. Rabbi Yosef Amar Me'ihi Dekira Ule'el. Rabbi Yosef says, no, the place where you'd make the bracha is from Ihi Dekira, and more upstream than that. V'amar Rami bar Abba, Zok Rami bar Abba, Arua Diglas Agishra de Shavistana. Somebody who sees the Tigris River by the bridge of Shavistana, Omer Baruch Osa Berachos. Ma'chi Dekel, what is the Tigris? Amar of Ashi Shemem of Chadin V'Kalin. Rav Ashi says because its waters are sharp and light. My Pras, what is the Euphrates? Shemem of Parin V'Ravin, that their waters are very fruitful and multiplicious. I think that's a word. Multiplicious? Maybe it's not a word. V'amar Rava, and said Rava, Hi de Charife b'nei Mechoza. The reason why the people of Mechoza, Rava was from Mechoza, the reason why the people of Mechoza are so sharp is mishum de shasu maya de diglas. It's because they drink the water of the what was it? The Tigris. Hi de Gichure. The reason why they're red is mishum de misham shebi yamama, is because they sleep with their wives during the day. By the naide einayu, and the reason why their eyes are always moving around is mishum the dairu b'bayis afal. It's because they live in a dark house. Okay. Al geshamim v'chulei. So on rain, you say the bracha of atov v'ametiv. Al geshamim atov v'ametiv m'varich. Really? When it rains, you say the blessing of atov v'ametiv. Ve'amar b'yabau v'amilav masnis datana. But Rabbi Bau said, some say it was taka abraisa. Me'emosai m'varichin al geshamim. When do we make a blessing on rain? Mishayatza chasen likraskale. When the groom goes towards the bride. What does that mean? It means that when there's enough water that it gathers into puddles, that when the new rain falls into the puddles, they basically, it causes the puddles to jump up from the impact. That is when you make a bracha on the rain. Okay. My mevarchin. And when you make a bracha on rain, what bracha do you make? Is it atov v'ametiv? Nope. Amar Rabbi Yehuda, modem anachnu lach, al kol tipa v'tipa shorad talanu. So Rabbi Yehuda says, what you're going to say is, we thank you for every single drop that you have brought down for us. Rabbi Yochanan Masayim Bahachi. Rabbi Yochanan then adds a bracha at the end. Ilufinu malei shir kayam. if our mouths were filled with song like the sea, v'chule, right, which we may recognize from Nishmas Kolchai on Shabbos morning. And anachnu speaking lehodos lecha, we would not suffice to thank you, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem our God, ad tishtachave, right, because, it keeps on going weiter until he gets to the words tishtachave, Baruch ata Hashem, rov odos, and he says, blessed are you, our God, who has many thanks. Rov odos v'lo kol odos, only most of the thanks, but not all of the thanks. Amarava emo hakela odos. Rava says, okay, say akela odos, okay. Amar papil kach neminu l'tavai rov odos v'akela odos. So our Papa says, okay, therefore in the bracha we should say both of them, hakela odos and rov odos. I guess that we actually do say this, right? Because if you think about it, we say nishmas right before yishtabach, and by yishtabach, what's it? Baruch Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam. And how does it go? Kel melech gadol v'tishbachos, kel haodos, right? Adon neflos, borei kol neshamos, ribon kol hamaysim. Do we say that? Kel, I don't know. Rov haodos v'kel haodos. Kel melech gadol v'tishbachos, kel haodos, adon neflos, borei kol neshamos, ribon kol hamaysim. Haboch b'shir yizim melech yochid l'chei olam. I don't know, maybe we don't say Rov Haodos, but maybe we do. I don't know. Although it does say in Nishmas, right, there's a gersa of B'chol HaTishbachos, and then there's some people say Rov HaTishbachos or something like that. Whatever. Okay, but according to our Papa, you say both of them. Ve'ela kasha, no, but Lamaisa we have a question. Our Mishnah says that on rain you say Atov HaMeitiv, but on this brisa we seem to be saying this other bracha of Modem Anachnu Lach. So which one is it? So lokasha deshama mashma ha dechaza mechze. It depends. If you heard that it was raining somewhere, so then you make the bracha of atov hametiv. But if it's actually raining where you are, so then you say modem anachnu lach. Okay. Now deshama mashma hainu besaros tovos. But one second, if we go back and look in our Mishnah, it says that on geshamim and on besaros tovos you say atov hametiv, implying that geshamim is one unique thing and besaros tovos is its own unique thing. But if you say that geshamim just means that you say atov hametiv when you heard that it's raining, well, that means that that's basically just a besara tova. That's just a good tiding. So basically, then it's just saying essentially on good tidings and on good tidings you say atov hametiv. But that can't be. Rain wouldn't just be a good tiding; it would have to be something else. So it's not a besaros tovos omer baruch atov hametiv. Ela idi ve'idi dichazi mechse. No. So both when you say modem anachnu lach and when you say atov hametiv is when you actually saw the rain yourself. V'lo kasha hada'asa porta hada'asa tuva. It depends. If it rained a little bit, so then you say modem anachnu lach. If it rained a lot, then you say atov hametiv. Or if you want, I will say tuva. No, it's both talking about when it rained a lot. It depends if he has land or not. So if he has land and it's actually raining for his land, so then he says atov hametiv. If it is for somebody else's land, meaning if he doesn't own his own land, it's just raining, so then he says modem anachnu lach. Fine. One second. If this guy owns his own land, so then when it rains, he would say atov hametiv tanya. But we have a brisa that says bana bayis chadash v'kana kelim chadashim. If a person built himself a new house or he bought new clothes, omer baruch shechiyanu v'kimanu v'gyanu lezman hazeh. So he says the bracha of shechiyanu. Shelo v'shalacherim omer atov hametiv. But if he's owns this house with other people, so then he says atov hametiv. So with the implication of that brisa being that when he owns something entirely himself, he won't say atov hametiv, he'll say shechiyanu. So why is our Mishnah saying that? If we're basically saying that when it says in the Mishnah that if it rains, he says atov hametiv, that is when he owns his own field. If he owns his own field and it's raining, so then he says atov hametiv. But shouldn't he be saying shechiyanu, as the brisa says that when he gets a new house or new clothes, he says shechiyanu, and only if he owns it with other people, he would say atov hametiv? Lo kasha. It depends if you have partners or not. So, therefore, we're saying that when you entirely own your home yourself, you would say shechiyanu when you move in. if you own it with other people, you'd say atov v'ametiv. And here, when it comes to your field, even if you own your field yourself, you are still partners in the fact that it's raining. Basically, you're a partner with every single person who owns a field and is benefiting from this rain. So therefore, you're sort of connecting to all these other people as well when you say atov v'ametiv. So you're not entirely alone, even though you might own your field, but you're getting benefit from the rain with everybody else who owns fields as well. Ve'atanya, and to support this, so this is one of those examples where Ve'atanya is a support and not a question. And as I believe I once pointed out, that most of the time when it says Ve'atanya, Rashi will point out Benichusa, that you just read it normally, which he does over here. Ve'atanya, Benichusa. Kitsaru Shadavar, at the end of the day, in a nutshell, Al Shalo hu Omer Baruch Shechianu V'Kiyimanu, if it is something that he is benefiting from alone, so he says Shechiyanu, if it is something that he is benefiting with other people, so then he would say atov v'ametiv. One second. And when he is the sole benefactor, the only one to get benefit, or sole beneficiary, not sole benefactor, I believe that would be sole beneficiary. So then we're saying that he wouldn't say atov v'ametiv, he would say shechianu but not atov v'ametiv. Ve'atana, but we learn in a brisa, amrulei, they said to him, yolda ishto zachar, your wife gave birth to a son. So omer baruch atov v'ametiv, he says atov v'ametiv, but why would he say atov v'ametiv? It's only good for him. So asamnami dika ishto bade denichala b'zachar. No, over there it's also good because his wife is also going to be happy that they had a son. So therefore, you could say atov v'ametiv because it's not only you alone. Tashma meis aviv hu yorsho, if his father died and now he's inheriting his father. So betchila omer baruch daina emes. So the beginning it says baruch daina emes because it's sad that his father died. But with vasofu omer baruch atov v'ametiv. But then he says atov v'ametiv because he just inherited his father and he got stuff. So over there it's him alone inheriting the stuff. So no, there's other people as well. There's his siblings who are going to be inheriting with him. Tashma, shinui yain ein tzarich levarich. So if you are drinking wine and then they switch the wine or they bring out a new bottle of wine, so you do not need to make a new bracha. You could still drink the same wine on that same bar piagafen. Shinui makom tzarich levarich. But if you change places, you go and move and go somewhere else, then you would make a new bracha on the wine. V'amar Rav Yosef bar Abba Amar Rabbi Yochanan, and we say that when they bring out a new bottle of wine, even though you wouldn't make a new bracha bar piagafen, you would say atov v'ametiv. It's a complicated halacha. It's actually hard to understand. I once tried to look it up in the Shulchan Aruch. It's complicated, but people do different things, so you just do what you do. So Hasam Nami, so we see that you're saying atov v'ametiv, even though you're the only one drinking, right? Hasam Nami idika b'nei chabur d'shasu badei. There are his friends who are drinking with him as well, so he's making atov v'ametiv with his friends. So it sounds like, okay, if it's just you getting benefit, you would say shechianu. If you're benefiting with other people, you would say atov v'ametiv. And friends, with that, we have just learned the 59th page of Berachos. That means that tomorrow is page 60, which is exciting because Berachos is 64 pages, which means that we're already in the last, group of 10? Is that like a thing? A group of 10? I don't know what that's called. I don't know. I feel like there should be a name for that. Power? No, not power. Or maybe we can make it into binary. What's base 10? I don't know. Whatever. In any event, I really enjoyed learning with you guys today, and I look forward to studying with everybody tomorrow. What did we learn today? We learned some interesting brachas about thunder, lightning, earthquakes, making the bracha on the sun every 28 years, hatov v'ametiv on different things. We read about constellations. I can't really say I learned too much about them because I still don't get them, but I'm hoping I will learn about them when whatever constellation experts in our group shares with us. So looking forward to that. Everyone have a really, really, really great day. Peace.